Like, God damn it.
You
And we
gotta
had like
love it. It's nothing but fun.
yeah, and we had like 20, 21, 22 people up in here watching. Now I don't even know if anybody's gonna come back up in here. Like, God dang it. We were doing so well too.
We were. It was going so smoothly, and then just right at the end.
And I messed it up by playing Birds of Prey. They said, "Oh hell no, nah, you not about to play nothing that good."
I was gonna say, I was like, damn, y'all really trying to admit that everything else is crap, huh?
Right. because I mean, because the show's so old, you wouldn't even think that they would be like, "Yep."
You would think, but there they were, ready to tackle your ass to the ground.
Right, and it's the same thing with the Justice League stuff that I had showed last time from the animated series. But the reason why I showed it because there are so many video clips online for you to watch that's on YouTube, and I'm just like, oh, okay, cool. So this must be allowed, and then it's not, and then you're like, but then how this channel is still available? How is this? How is this available then? You know, it's
It
I
never
don't know.
makes sense.
It never makes a damn sense to give. But
Mm-mm.
hello, everybody that's joining us again.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Welcome
Thanks for
back.
sticking with us.
Exactly. Thanks for sticking with us. But like I said, I was, showing the Dylan the Birds of Prey stuff because it's just like the show wasn't bad, and it's the same thing with Morbius. It's not bad like everybody made it seem. Venom 2 was bad. Venom 2 was bad. It was bad.
Mm.
It was bad. Dylan, did you see Venom 2?
I did see Venom 2. I did see Venom 2.
Yeah, yeah, it was
Not
I know.
not good, y'all.
You're not doing your order. You're not getting your order. All right. You're never getting that order. All right. Hispanic Namor welcomes Deserlantians. That's a good one. Hey,
Mm.
hey, hey, hey. YouTube AI detection. Yeah. I mean, yeah, but Venom definitely was not good. Venom 2 was definitely not good. And I knew the movie was going to be bad when they said no R rating. And I'm like, wait. The sequel where it says Venom 2, let there be carnage, and you're bringing in Carnage, and there's not going to be an R rating. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Like,
What villain did y'all think was going to be brought in that needed an R rating? Tim Drake stayed for JJ.
well, I mean, apparently not. He had plenty of it, and now apparently he's
Right.
not into it anymore. He had his fill, y'all.
Exactly. Everybody talking about it, and it's kind of weird. It is weird. Venom 2 equals inaccurate wannabe PG maximum carnage. That pretty much that's what it was. You was just like,
Yeah.
that's it? That's it?
And
God,
that's
that
why
was
I'm like, what do
this
y'all
was just
do? Like with a character like Venom and especially like Carnage, and you're still gonna try to stick to a PG-13? Like that doesn't work. Like we're not asking for like lewd sex scenes or anything, but we need to see the kind of violence that Carnage would obviously inflict.
and you know what's so funny is it's just like think about it. A lot of people went to go see Deadpool. A lot of people went to go see the Joker.
Yup,
So this
yup.
whole thing about movies can't be R rated and people won't show up is such a falsehood because we can take you know me and Dylan, we ain't parents, but if we had kids, we can take them if we want to.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, if they like the character, Daddy, I like Venom, and I heard about Carnage and stuff like that. Yeah, Carnage was something. Hell, the
I mean, that
1990s.
probably makes it more likely for a dad to go with his son to see that type of thing. Like, all right,
Yeah,
monsters beating the shit out of each other. Y'all go watch that with you.
exactly. So I don't know what Sony was thinking when they said nope, nope. LOL. Heck, Birds of Prey was R rating. It really it wasn't much of fucking R rating that anyway. It was straight bullshit any goddamn way. Then a bit
Well, I think
strange.
it doesn't take that much for a TV show to get an R rating, right?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't take that
Mhm.
much, but what got me, one of the things that got me the most is when the when the fake Black Canary was like, everybody stand back and stuff like that, and she started screaming. She was like, ah! And then Harley Quinn covered her ears and skated through it while everybody else got knocked out. And I was just like, that's not how that sonic scream works, because if you're in the center, you will get hit dead on. Like,
Yep.
okay. And then when after she finished screaming, she passed out, and I was just like, what is this? Like, what is this, Dylan? Like, when she screamed and she passed out after that, I was just like, I'm embarrassed for this movie.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
then they know damn well, what's her name? Renee Perez. Now y'all know darn well her old ass shouldn't have been in that damn movie. Her 55-year-old ass is too fucking old to be trying to fight men. Get your old ass before I break your back.
Yeah, I really was hoping the entire movie. I was like, please tell me they aren't bringing her in here for her to be part of like the main group that fights the final battle. And there she
Yeah,
was. I was like, damn it, y'all.
I mean they miscast everybody in that movie, and I was just like, so is the women a joke? Like, y'all did so well with Wonder Woman. Do y'all know the culture y'all could have changed if y'all did Birds of Prey correctly? I don't. If I
Mhm.
was DC and Warner Brothers, that I would have made sure Birds of Prey was on point. Birds of
Mhm.
Prey, like,
Mhm.
say what you want. DC does not mean Marvel does not have a female team. And I'm not talking about that bullshit A Force team. No, that's bullshit. I'm talking about a true to form all girl team. You know, sup B Rose and Black Mass being
Oh,
gay
as B
in
Rose
Harley Quinn.
stumbled his way in here.
Now that was fucking low. Yeah, Black Mass being secretly gay for Victor's ass. I was just like, that was just
I'm
weird.
not gonna I'm not gonna acknowledge it. I'm really not. Like they were very obviously making that a thing. And I was like, nope, I'm not.
Yeah,
We're not
yeah.
gonna do this. I'm not playing this. Not with these characters. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, Rosie Perez was her name, and she was
Mm,
playing Renee
Renee
Montoya,
Montoya.
and Renee Montoya is a young character, and that's what I'm saying. Like, DC fucked up the ball badly. First off, just because Margot Robbie wanted to do that, you don't just accept her. But then, and it was kind of weird because they were going with all the girls' ideas, but the guys, they were saying no, because another thing that we were supposed to be getting a Joker and Harley Quinn movie first. Then we were
Mhm.
supposed to get a Gotham Sirens movie, but then we never got neither one of them. And then they jumped to Birds of Prey and the Fabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn, but they miscasted so much because Harley Quinn couldn't be. She is not a main character, no matter how much they want you to believe that Harley Quinn is not a main character. Her and you know how I know this? Think about it. Her show. Who you seen talked about it since season one?
I honestly forgot they were still making it.
Okay, see, I rest my case. I rest my case because it's true. It is literally true. I haven't heard anybody talk about Birds of Prey. I mean, not Birds of Prey, but Harley Quinn's TV show. I really haven't. And I'm not even talking about the whole first season. I'm talking about just a little bit. I mean, social media make you think that, oh my God, this show is doing amazing or whatever. But no, God, honestly, when you talk to regular people or people in general, ain't nobody watching Birds of Prey. I mean,
Mhm.
fuck, not Birds of Prey,
Harley Quinn.
Harley Quinn TV show. They're not. And then on top of that, it's the same thing. It's the same thing when I tell people, I was like, you talk about a big game about how much amazing Harley Quinn is. Okay, why her comic books not in the top 200 in the top 50 then? They're not even
I
in the
mean,
top
that artist
100.
is one of the problems.
Yeah, yeah, but I mean, but let's be honest. Was Harley Quinn comic books was not even selling like that even before
Mm,
that artist.
no, it wasn't. It really
That
wasn't.
Harley Quinn books were not selling like that, and they swear it is, but again, just like we talked about with comic book sales, Dylan, they have to order a certain amount of books in order to
Yeah.
get special. discounts and variants. So of course it looks like Harley Quinn was selling. Of course a lot of these books are looks like they're selling, but in truth they're not. They're not selling. Roland Dodge, Young Justice need Jesus. Young Justice haven't improved. Young Justice did not approve. It did not improve. Dylan. When I tell you Young Justice did not improve, look, you remember how we said cartoons? You know how I said that there are some cartoons I would love to come back. Scratch that. I don't want none of the cartoons to come back that I love anymore. Leave them down because
Yeah,
Young
that's
Justice
how I feel too.
after season 3 and season 4, I want Young Justice to be done. I'm serious. I'm serious. Young Justice has became nothing but some political bullshit. And Dylan, you know what I say about what they do in comic books. They doing the same shit in Young Justice, where they do what we say, class, sitting and talking, talking and sitting and talking, talking and sitting.
Uh,
In an
yeah, there is a
action
lot of
show,
that. There is a lot of that.
Dylan, in an action show, in a in an action show.
Like it's to the point now where it's like, okay, we were rooting for you, but now you're running out of steam, and we want you to stop before you hurt yourself.
Please, please do. Please do. Hell, they don't upset the entire Muslim community with that bullshit with Halo, which I can't believe that I forgot that Halo was race swapped.
Mhm.
Like,
Sure
oh
was.
God. And then they was like, and then they was like, did you just break the story just for us to go so Halo can go to her parents and talk about, I don't know what I want to be, and I don't know if I want to practice Islam, and I don't know about wearing the hijab. And I'm just like, bitch, this ain't, who cares? You not really part of this story. What are we doing? What are we doing here? Lagana boy, he got a husband and a wife. Like, what the fuck are we doing here? Everybody seems to be about to be gay at this point.
Yeah,
Then all of
pretty
then
much.
then there's too many time skips. They assume that you know everything. Then the good part where the good action is at, they're putting it in steals. Dylan, they put scenes that I would have loved to see animated action scenes as still images that move across the screen, and you're like, are you serious? Are you serious?
Really?
Yeah,
That
yeah,
sounds like a funding problem.
yeah. And then they have scenes, Dylan. So season 2, when we did season 2 of Young Justice, we skipped 5 years, right? Okay. Season 3 did the same shit.
Right.
They skipped 5 years. Then
Mhm.
season 4 skipped 3 years. And again, they act like we're supposed to know what happened in between those time skips, and I'm just like, I'm, I'm confused. We didn't see shit. Okay, I mean, Dylan, me and you, we know our comic book history, so me and you can
Right.
probably put the shit together. But the regular audience who haven't read the comic books of DC, and we're talking about DC because they pull a lot from old DC, and I'm talking about post crisis, pre New 52 DC. So if you haven't read any of DC pre New 52, then the shit don't make no sense because that's where they're pulling it. That's where they're pulling it from. So basically, they're changing a little bit of stuff, but assuming that you know what had already happened. And I'm just like, this not how this shit works. You can't keep time skipping and skipping over details all the time and expect me to. Oh my, oh my God, this show pisses me off to high fucking heaven. It does. It does. It pisses
I
me off.
mean, that's how I feel too whenever, like, the next season begins and it's like it's a time skip and they're referring to, like, things that just happened, within the last year or a few months ago, and I'm like, "Wait, what happened? Wait, what am I missing? Why is this person mad at this person? Why haven't these 2 seen each other? Where
Yeah,
is this other person? Like, what happened?" I
yeah,
get why they do the time skips. They wanna show, like, "Oh, yeah, it's not, terrible event, 1 month later, terrible event, 1 month later, terrible event." I get why you would do that, but at the same time, it's like, you're skipping too far ahead, and we have nothing connecting the 2 things other than you saying these are the same people.
oh yeah, I got to do the trial of the Amazon thingy. It's coming. It's coming. But I'm trying to figure out, do I want to do a drawing and review it, or do I want to like take pages and try to edit it? I don't feel like doing the
Mm.
pages. I probably might just draw some bullshit out right quick for it. I'll probably
I'm
draw
still
like
trying to catch up.
I'll probably like
My
draw Nubia and Diana or something like that, and then talk about it overlaying me screaming at the top of my lungs about how terrible Trial of the Amazons is. Sorry.
I've been trying to get back to just doing, like, my comic book reviews, and it's like, I'm just trying to catch up on everything I have to read. Like, I keep trying to get to the point where I'm like, "Okay, everyone's talking about this, let me make a video about it," but I'm like, "No. Let me get through the stack that I have while work was, like, reaming me a brand new asshole." Like, I fell so far behind on so much of my reading. I've just been trying whenever I have spare time, I'm trying to read through it and,
Tell
like,
me
catch
about
up to
it.
where I need to be. Like, it is terrible.
Oh, tell me about it. Them, I mean, with trying to get a new job and just taking care of family issues and just trying to keep it all together. It is a
Oh, I
lot.
know.
It is a lot
Yeah.
because it's like, especially, when you tell a job like, hey, you got family emergency stuff you have to do, and then for the job to let you go because you couldn't be there or something like that. And it's just like, wow, I'm here for you all the other times, and this one time I needed to be off, you're upset that I took off and now you don't want me to come back. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. That's the same thing that happened to my best friend just recently. Like, that's how he got fired from his job because
Yeah.
he left and he works from home. He left to go to his grandmother's funeral, and they were like, "Well, we don't give you bereavement for somebody who's not your parents, so that wasn't excused, even though you let us know. So we're gonna have to let you go." It's like, what the hell? Like, this dude literally had to drive home from his grandmother's funeral a day early, the day of the funeral, just
Yeah.
because they were mad at him, and then they still fired him. I was like, "Damn, that is so messed up."
That's fucked up. Yeah, and that's the thing.
Mhm.
That's the thing that be killing me. I'm like, shit. Y'all about to make me try to find a stay at home job at this point. Cause this darn driving back and forth stuff and stuff like that. Even though I understand family and stuff like that, but sometimes these jobs again, you not paying nothing like that, but y'all want me to work like you paying me like something, and it's just like, mm mm.
It doesn't work. It doesn't
Yeah,
work. Like, you gotta take care of your people. Like, they're putting
yeah.
in the work for you. You gotta take care of them.
Shoot, sometimes I'd be like, damn, I wish I was one of those famous YouTubers or something like where I could be like, hey, join my Patreon or something like that, and for $1 a month.
Hey, that's the goal. That's what we're trying to get to, right? But at the same time, I'm like, the only thing about that is, like, it comes with so much stress
It
because
does.
then you have to
Yeah.
always be on guard. People will try to take you down for whatever they can complain about or report
Oh,
you
tell me
for,
about it.
and then all your
Tell
stuff
me
is
about it.
gone. So I
Right.
get where the stress comes from.
I just be like, if it was me and I knew I was at a place where I was like getting monetized or something like that, like where I had a lot of people, I'd be like, super chat me, y'all. Super chat
Mhm.
me. Super
That's
chat
why
me
I'm trying to
and
get to a point now where I'm like, the
um
people who don't like me, I'm trying to drive them away before I'm monetized or anything. That way,
right.
the people I know will support me.
Like super chat me, and if you want to support the channel, I got drawings and I can post them on a site and they can get printed
Mhm,
and sent to you if you want. And I can
mhm.
probably change the price or manipulate the price to make it easier for anybody or whatever. That's at this point, that's what I kind of goddamn want to do. E- Even though I'm not saying I'm like the best artist, but hell, I seen terrible artists sell work. Like
That's true.
like I mean, we just looked at one artist. for God's sakes, is working for fucking Marvel and making more money than both of us, and we're looking like, what the fuck is this shit? Just,
I'll tell you what, though, I hope he is making more money than me, because if not, then that's really sad.
but I heard a lot of them don't be making less than we do though, Dylan. Ain't that crazy?
That's true. I've heard it doesn't pay all that well. Well, unless you're like one of the rock star artists, like,
Yeah,
Greg Capullo when he was doing Batman, like he was
yeah.
getting paid pretty good money for his shit.
Or J. Scott Campbell.
Yeah, J. Scott Campbell doing anything.
Yeah.
Like that
But
man really can't retire just doing that type of stuff.
yes, Sam. Young Justice is basically filling in the hallways. Sounds like a CW show. It does. It does. At this point, it's a CW show. And I let the first part of season 4, I'd ignored it because first off, the Martians, we don't get a chance to see DC's Martians. And it is a plot point that white Martians and green Martians do have a racial thing with each other, and it's been going on for years. So I let all of that political nonsense happen in that arc because it made sense, because it was Martians. But after that, everything else was just kind of like, I don't care. I don't care. I mean, literally, one of the arcs before this recent arc was with Rocket. First off, they disrespected Rocket, and then they not only did they disrespect Rocket, apparently Rocket done broke up with her husband off screen, and they have a special need child. Well, he's special need in a way that he got what's the darn thing? He's autistic. But he also has a tendency of saying the first thing that come out of his fucking mouth too at the same time. And
Like
I'm just like,
Tourette's.
really? Well, in an honest thing, not like the ones where you get, not those kind of Tourette's. He basically is honest to a fault. Be like, mommy, why that lady stink? Ooh, baby, shut up. But it's true, she smells terrible. Oh my god, shut up.
See, that's almost more the norm where I grew up. People who talk like that.
Oh no,
So
no. We talking about like straightforward anybody. He doesn't care who he is, and he wants his hat. He's not leaving the house without that hat. Whatever.
I can respect it.
So he has a hat that he has to have on his head or he freaks out. And they do this little tap thing with each other in order to communicate of I love you and I love you too, and stuff like that. So it is like, oh, so the only person on the team with a baby dealing with a baby with special needs. What you trying to say about black folks? I'm just being honest. Because to me, it feels like you just did that bullshit just to be doing it. I find it funny. I finds it funny because again, Dylan, because a lot of this stuff took place off screen. You can't blame me for looking at it like, oh, so we got to give Rocket, the black one, the most hard bullshit. Then she has to deal with the international conference where she's the lead in charge, trying to get the Green Lantern Corps, New Genis, and the Justice League to form an alliance against Darkseid and the Light, and trying to stop human trafficking, human trafficking. And I'm just like, again, you give this job to the black one. Like, again, what are you
Well,
trying
yeah.
to? And then my thing is, if you were going to give Rocket something, how about give her actual storyline that, I don't know, takes place in Dakota, that deals with, I don't know, maybe the black characters of Milestone that we don't get a chance to see, like Icon, Static, Blood Syndicate, hardware. Like, we're not seeing any of those characters. Like, Static shows up every once in a while. Haven't seen Icon since season 2. Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, there are so many different ways that they're letting down, like, they've done a good job of trying to introduce different characters, and it's kind of like the love-hate relationship I've had with Justice League Unlimited, where it's like they had so many different characters that they brought in, and so many that I wanted to see more of, but it was like we would get a quick cameo or them, like, fighting a villain for 2
Yeah,
seconds, and then it was on to another, and you know what I mean? Like, it was cool seeing them, but there was nothing to really latch onto if you were a fan of those characters, and that's kind of
yeah.
what you end up getting here. So I mean,
But
that's where I'm saying like you gotta let it go.
at least with Justice League Unlimited, it had they when it was a spotlight for them, it was a spotlight for them.
Yeah,
This right here, we are literally jumping into these people's lives. Like we're not jumping into like a fight with villains or anything like we would do in Justice League Unlimited. We are literally jumping in Young Justice personal lives of these characters. So like the characters that we saw in Justice League Unlimited, put them in Young Justice, but we're entering their personal lives. And you're just like, what
hmm
what what the fuck is this shit?
hmm
Why are we not talking about superhero things? I mean, not talking about superhero things, doing superhero things. Because at least with Justice League Unlimited, when they did have a big cast, they knew how to spotlight certain characters. Even we wouldn't always focus on the main cast. We would always focus on other random cast members, but they were always doing something action wise. Yes,
yeah,
there are nuance in certain episodes, but this shit right here, when I again Dylan sitting and talking, talking and sitting and talking, that's all they're doing. That is all they're doing. And yes, we campaigned for Young Justice to come back, but not like this, like that Batman
yeah,
moment. You say you want to be better than me, but you can't. Not like this. This is basically what Young Justice is. Young Justice season 3 and 4 is basically Jason Todd ass
hmm.
trying to be better than season 1 and 2, but you can't.
Yeah. It's really weird. Like it reminds me like the contrast between the excitement that I felt when I went to RTX in Austin in I think it was 2018. Yeah, 2018. And I was there with my boyfriend, and they had a panel for Young Justice. So we went and we attended the whole thing, watched it, where they were talking about, yeah, we're coming back, and we can't wait to keep going with these stories. And it was before, like, all of this new stuff started coming out, and I just
Mhm.
remember being so excited for it. I was like, okay, great, like they're bringing in even more characters and all this type of stuff. And then I started seeing it, and I was like, it was good at first, and then as it kept going, I was like, okay, we keep doing more and more stuff that just leaves me scratching my head as to why y'all decided on this. So that's how I finally got to the point where I was like, you know what? I think we might need to let this one go. There are
Yeah,
still good moments here and there, but not enough for us to justify it still being around.
exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Mhm.
There are good moments in the show, but like you
Yeah.
said, it's not enough to be like, "Yep, we need this show to come along." Nope. And
Yeah.
Anthony's right. Basically, we've had Beast Boy almost 20 episodes in suffering from depression when it could have been handled in less than 5 episodes. Yeah, because they wanted to draw the shit out, and I was just like,
Yeah, like I was like,
I'm
I'm
sick of
so
it.
tired of this arc because it doesn't make sense for Beast Boy to be that depressed for that long. Yes, he has, all the emotions and everything, so he will go through depressive, periods. But for it to last this long, like I got to the point where when they would show him and he's just like walking around, he's half awake and shit, I was like, is he still like this? Like,
Yeah,
how long has this
yeah,
been going on now?
yeah, yeah. I'm just like, all right, wrap this shit up. Come on,
Mhm.
come on, wrap it up. And then that's another thing too is that there is that they keep introducing new characters. And
Yeah.
it's just like, what are you doing? What are you doing, you morons? Stop. You first off, you already introduced enough characters in season 3 alone. Then season 4 comes. Here are other characters that nobody asked for. And it's just like, can you guys please focus on the characters you got at least? Hell, and to be honest, I ain't even gonna lie. I didn't even want to deal with the fucking characters in season 3. I'm not gonna lie.
Mm.
I'm not gonna
Mhm.
lie because some of the characters I did not care for. I did not care for Brion. I did not care for Halo. I did not care about fuck
Oh,
what.
speaking of Brienne, though, I was going to ask, have you been reading the Shadow War story?
No, but it was spoiled for me, so I was like, okay. I was like, all right. And I feel like the only reason why they're doing it is because he has a spotlight in Young Justice.
I
That,
could see that being the
I,
case.
I feel
I
like
could absolutely see that.
that's the only reason. That is the only reason why they did this is because his ass is spotlight in Young Justice, and he pulled a similar shit like this in season 3. Even though he was manipulated to do it, but still, I was just like, all right,
Yeah, like I immediately saw like the giveaway when they were, because it's in Robin number 14, and I was
mhm.
reading it and like he goes into the building or whatever, and then like the building collapses and there's just a hole there, and he's like, "Well, how did it happen? There were no explosives. Like it's like the building just vanished." I was like, "Okay, so somebody with earth powers." So it would have to be Geoforce. Like it
Yeah,
required no thought. I was like,
yeah,
okay,
that's what a
so
lot of
yeah,
people were. A lot of people were like, "It's Geoforce." Like,
yeah. Like
if you just
I was like, so okay.
And then
I don't know.
1610 man said people who want spectacular Spider-Man back, they don't realize the people who do Young Justice worked on that show. And specifically the creator Greg Wiseman, it would just be time skips and cringy politics. I mean, that's pretty much what it is too. And that's the most annoying and frustrating thing about this show is like, holy crap, the politics and time skip is killing me. And they had the nerve to tie the Green Lantern, the animated series, to this continuity. Oh hell no! Yeah, they
Yeah.
brought in they brought in that what's that there Razor, and I'm just like, no, we're not doing this because that needs to be in a show for Green Lantern season 3. You don't bring that in here and then think no, it just because it doesn't make any sense because you're not going to follow up on it. You're not going to follow up on it. So why did you bring that into the Young Justice continuity if you're not even going to follow up on that?
Mhm.
Halo was
And that's the
like,
thing.
say, go ahead, Dylan.
I I feel like I gotta agree with people in the chat. Like it what we really liked were like the team that they had in the early seasons. It's
Yeah,
like when they got to these, they were like, we need to start bringing in as many like diverse characters as possible. Now that we know, it's what they always do with this stuff. They make something that's actually popular that appeals to fans, and they're like, okay, great. Now we need to start shoving in all the characters nobody actually cares about or knows about, and rather than bring them in organically, we're just going to shove them in there because people already love the team. So no
yeah,
matter who we add to it, they're going to love it. It's like, no, y'all should have learned by now that doesn't work.
yeah, exactly. And then notice how we haven't seen Ship or Wolf in like forever. And
Yeah. Well, I
Connor
mean,
died.
what is it now?
Connor.
It's baby now because they
No,
got
no,
rid
not
of
not
last ship.
not Ship, not big ship, but the ship, the spearball ship.
Oh, the spearball.
Connor's motorcycle one.
Yeah.
Motorcycle ball. We haven't seen them since Connor died, and I'm not talking about we didn't get we only saw him that moment, and that was it. And
Yeah.
remember how big they were in season 1 and season 2. We haven't seen them since. We haven't seen them since. Like, what are
Exactly.
we doing here? You know?
Like that's the thing. They're getting to a point where they're forgetting their own plot lines, and it's like that's a problem because we actually get invested in these stories.
Yeah. Halo was like Linda Danvers in the comic, meaning both got possessed by an alien thing. No, 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 no. Linda never got possessed by an alien thing. She was never possessed. She merged with Matrix, and they became the new Supergirl, which they call Earthborn Angel Supergirl. But nah, Halo was supposed to be like Starfire from Teen Titans 2003 one, where I don't really understand the world and stuff like that or the customs.
Yeah.
That's what Halo's supposed to be like. Really, I don't know. It's just weird. It's weird. It is.
Yeah,
It
you
is
could
weird
tell
because
they were trying to do that right at first with the character, and very quickly they were like, "No, we
yeah,
can see where the comparisons are going to come in. Let's just not do that."
because at least with the Linda Danvers one, it was them merging together and realizing like, Matrix doesn't have her life anymore. Linda is now Supergirl, and they have to figure out a way to live together, you know, but they're permanently merged together as a new being, but that's still Linda Danvers.
Mm.
So I don't know, but that one's done better than whatever they're doing with Halo. And I'm just look, all of Young Justice right now is a piss off thing. And then remember, we're supposed to be getting X-Men 1997 soon too. So that's another cartoon that they're bringing back that is probably about to be screwed up. I don't know. Prince said Rocket's arc felt like a bait and switch. Yeah. And then it felt like the shortest one too. It felt like they were like, yeah, we don't really care about Rocket. We don't care about this black bitch. Let's rush through this. Let's rush through this shit. Come on,
Yeah,
hurry
they're
up,
like nobody's
hurry up,
watching this part of the show anyway.
hurry up. Come on. Also, isn't Young Justice unfaithful to the source material? Yeah, yeah. Young Justice is so far off, so far off. And you know what? Honestly, let's look back at the first part of Young Justice season one. This is Justice mistake is Young Justice, Robin, Superboy, Aqualad, and Wally West, Kid Flash. There's a problem with that. Robin and Kid Flash and Aqualad, those characters are a problem. Now, you brought in Superboy. Okay, cool. If you're going to bring in Superboy, the Robin you should have had started off with was Tim Drake. Period.
Mm.
Period. Tim Drake and Superboy Connor Kent has a close friendship. Then, if you were going to, Aqualad could stay Calderon if you want to. But if you're going to do original casting, Calderon shouldn't have been there. It should have been Garth. It's kind of funny that they used the original Dick Grace. They used the original Dick Grayson Robin and the original Kid Flash Wally West, but didn't use the original Aqualad. You know what I'm saying? So I find
Mm.
it weird. What they should have did is Tim Drake Robin, Connor Kent Superboy, Wonder Girl, Cassie Sandsmark, and Impulse Bart Allen. Those are your four characters that the show should have been started around, and you grow from there. Yeah, that means Dick Grayson is already Nightwing. That means Jason Todd already died. That means Wonder Girl, Donna Troy has already been Wonder Girl. Now she's just Donna Troy. There is also Wally West is now ascended as Flash in the conversation. You get what I'm saying?
Mm.
That's what should have happened. But instead they confused it. They mixed a lot of these characters up, and it just fell off because then they brought in characters like Tim Drake, Cassie, and Bart, and you're just like, you mean the founders of Young Justice came in season 2 when they should have been in season 1? That was already a problem. And then Artemis, they brought in Artemis, but then in season 4 of Young Justice Phantom, they brought in Arrownet, and Arrownet was an original member of Young Justice, and Artemis is the original character they created for this show. So it's just like, were you guys thinking? What were you thinking? Why did you overcomplicate these characters? For what reason? And Red Arrow, Roy, and Red Arrow, Arsenal, whatever, all that shit. He ain't never been on Young Justice. He been on Teen Titans for sure,
Mm.
but he's never been on Young Justice. So it didn't make no sense that Roy was even in this bullshit. And no, there are no Red Arrow clones in the comic book. Everything that happened to Roy, where he fucks a villain, he gets her pregnant, they have a daughter together, and he loses his arm, is all Roy. There is no separation of that at all. I don't know what they were doing. I don't know what they were doing. They were already doing a little too much anyway. And then for fucking Superboy not to be able to fly and use his heat vision is fucking annoying. It's been how many years? The motherfucker can fly. Stop with this nonsense. And even if he has tactical telekinesis, which lets him fly. Like, oh my god. And no, Miss Martian shouldn't even have been in there that early because Miss Martian is literally part of Teen Titans. No, the buddy romance that we should have been following was Superboy and Wonder Girl Cassie Sandsmark. that is the romance that we should have been. But it should have been to the fact where Connor was not really into her, but he was into other girls. And it took him a while. It took him a while to see that Cassie was the person that he really liked after his failed relationships with other women, which you could have set that up for season 2 plot line, but no, you had to do a time skip. And then you made Tim Drake and Cassie Sandsmark date, which makes no damn logical sense. Laguna Boy and Miss Martian, I don't even give a damn. I mean, Aqualad and Tula, but then never mind, because apparently Aqualad was really closeted gay, even though he had even though in the comic books he had a girlfriend named Maria. You see how the continuity, you see how it frustrates me to be a comic book fan who knows the lore and I have to pretend like Jesus Christ. Oh God.
It just makes even less sense to me that he would have to be closeted considering he was Atlantean. It's like Atlantis is completely removed from our
Yeah.
modern society. So why would you need to be closeted? I doubt they would even care. So
Yeah.
why was that an issue?
And you see, and then you see they don't really have a love interest because we don't even know the guy that he's smooching on. Like, who the fuck is he? I don't know his name. And is he a character in the comic books? And then even in the comic books, they have him with a fat bitch. So I'm confused.
I noticed that too. When I first saw the cover, I thought it was a joke. I really did. I thought like they were making fun of like romantic covers, be like, wouldn't it be funny if he hooked up with this fucking manatee and then come to find out, no, that's his actual love. I was like, oh, joke's on me.
Yeah, jokes on all of no, Dylan, the joke's not on you. The joke's on DC because ain't nobody buying the bullshit. That's why Aquaman got canceled after issue number 1.
Like, it was terrible. Just terrible. It's like, what convinced y'all to do this?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Let's
Mhm.
see. Free Fire Comics said, excuse me, Halo struggled with her identity. It had nothing to do with her being Muslim. It's from the fact that she is an alien who possessed someone, and the fact that she learned that person possessed was bad. I mean, we didn't need the storyline at all, to be honest. It was just unnecessary. And then
Yeah, that
she's
could have been
talking
told
about
in flashbacks. It would have been fine.
and then she's talking about from now on, I'm going by they them. I'm like, who cares? Who cares at this point? Do you, baby? Black Kryptonians and unpopular take Superboy feels like Magan built a boyfriend, should have kept them broken up. To be honest, I never wanted them together in the first place. Again, I ain't gonna lie, I love their Lobo design on season 3, but that's it. You mean season 2? Because Lobo showed up in season 2. Halo also felt bad because she basically killed her previous owner. I mean, how could she have known that that darn owner was going to die? Like, she had no control over that. She was just put into a body, like,
Yeah.
I don't know. And yeah, and then they changed. There was no legitimate reason to change the Zods to black. But you know what's so funny is then get this though, Dylan, the mom is white though. But the son, Lord Zod, is dark skinned. And I was like, wait, the fuck? So the
Oh,
Zods, all the Zods except for Ursa Zod is black. She's white, but both of them are dark skinned and black men. Hold on, hold on, hold on. I don't think y'all understand how black and white works when you have a baby together. What?
these people just can't control themselves. They have to do these race swaps, even when it doesn't possibly make sense. And they're like, no, it's fine because we're telling the story. So, however we say it went is how it
Yeah.
goes.
And it's kind of funny too. That's another thing too, Dylan. You ever notice how they always want to take a character that was originally made to be a good guy and then make them bad guys, but then want to try to make the bad guys a good guy like Harley Quinn bitch ass? Because Lord Zod wasn't even supposed to be evil, but yet he's evil now, and I'm just like,
Oh, but of course.
Oh my god, that's not the character. That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. Oh god. Um, let's see. Comment from before about Bobby's cement suit. Oh god, I wasn't even thinking it like that, but now that you said it out,
I saw it and I chose to
oh.
look the other way with it. I was like, I'm not going to be gross and adult about it. I'm going to go the other way and be childish and say it looks like milk.
Did I hear about Heather Zontos? Yeah, trying to bully the diverse person of color who is a woman who is doing a comic book, and because it was promoted on Ethan Van Sciver's channel, now she's trying to be like, I suggest you shouldn't be doing stuff like that. But then she told her, you never cared about me at all. And then there go Mark Brooks, bitch ass, talking some bullshit, talking about it might not help your career if you say, shut the fuck up, Mark. Shut the fuck up, Mark. How about you fucking do some interiors? Do some fucking interiors, then you can damn
Mhm.
talk, dumb asshole. Damn.
Yeah, I'm just like I didn't understand any of that shit. I mean, I understood it, and I felt some kind of way about it. Not so much because like I have this like loyalty to the girl. Her name's Rini. Not because
Yeah,
I have some sort of loyalty to her or anything, but like there is a little bit of a closeness in that one of the guys that I'm on with the other show, Comics Way, he kind of has like, a thing with her. They're a little bit more than friendly, but not really all the way there. So like when this shit happened and they were coming after her, I was like, dude, that's fucked up. Like that's somebody that I kind of know. Like
yeah,
that's the most upsetting thing to me is when you have these people in the industry who are trying to do this high school like bullshit and try and spread rumors about somebody or try and make it seem like somebody did something that hurt my feelings so that means they're a bad person. Like grow the hell up. We are not at that stage in our life, or at least we shouldn't be. And if you're able to do that, you have way too much time on your hands and you're probably getting paid too much for the job you're doing if you have that much time.
right. And it's kind of weird. It's just like, so you're upset that she tried to do a passion project in the mainstream. She was rejected from the mainstream and was told to do other things that she didn't want to do after she had
Mhm.
already finally finished everything for the mainstream. She wanted to do her own thing. Y'all told her not to. So she said, okay, fine. I'm gonna go outside the comic book industry and find people who will want to support me. They did. It's printed. It's a real thing. Then you want to threaten her, and then talk
Mhm.
about, I'm just concerned for my dear friend, the dear friend that you haven't talked to in over 10 years. You dumb
Mhm.
bitch. Like what the fuck?
It's one of those things that it seems to me like you can feel like just the jealousy dripping in the story where it's
Yeah,
like the idea was, oh, well, I we get it, you have this idea and you think it's really good and we think it's good too, but we can't put it out under these companies. Like the only way you would ever get that done is if you do it yourself. And then they think to themselves, oh well, she would never be able to do it on her own. And then she does, and they're like, oh well, I mean, obviously you only did it because you cheated or you stole or you did something, you had to have done something evil, something that I don't approve of, because there's no way you could have done this. I can't fathom it, and for that reason they'll cast that person as a villain, and that's exactly what we saw here.
yeah. And it's kind of funny. Like they was like, I'm just trying to be a concerned friend. If you was trying to be a concerned friend, you would have promoted her work. You would have told her, you would have told people about the work. You wouldn't be trying to make sure that she never got on a show that has a big following and big audience of people who could actually open up their wallets to support her book. Like,
Hmm.
you can't support it. It's okay that you can't support it, but other people want to. And to threaten her and then try to make her seem like something's wrong with her work or something wrong with her for doing her is just it's weird. Heather, baby, didn't you break your fucking laptop? Go get some money and fix down that. Since apparently there are people too stupid not to understand that she using folks. But let me and
Hmm.
Dylan say we broke our laptops. Can you guys give us some money? Crickets.
Exactly.
I ain't never seen shit
Hmm.
like that before in my life. Quintel said the only hype for Rocket art was Razor using both the blue and the red lantern, and then it was like let's see, what else we don't got. Hold on, sorry. Um, yep, likes breaking up black couples, not adding to the stereotype. You right, you right. Yeah, Razor did show up in Rocket's own art. Crazy, huh? Rocket Kid, that old lady needs to take a shower because she smells. Does DC hate Dwayne McDuffie milestone comic book universe? I don't know. It's a complicated history between DC and Milestone at this point. But let's be honest. The way Milestone is right now, yikes, yikes. Oh yeah, yeah. I forgot. Almastan likes cars too. Wheels up, yeah. Bring Bumblebee and Guardian back. Yeah, they were in there too. But who knows if they come back too? They might be divorced too. DC doesn't own them. They're too lazy to pay them. Yeah, damn, DC is dropping the ball with Milestone. They are. As black person with disability, put that boy in special needs school, honey. They exist since day one. Yeah, but she doesn't want to because her son is hyper intelligent though. But at the same time, it's just like her being a superhero, her trying to be a mom, and trying to have a regular job. That's a lot to hold down. And I'm just like, Lord have mercy, Rocket. But it's just like she does need some help, and it's okay that she has to go through that kind of stuff. But just because he's in a special needs class doesn't mean that he's stupid or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only thing I someone like is Cassandra Cain kind of get a time to shine. Yeah, I like that Cassandra Cain did, but I don't like the changing of Barbara Gordon's origin to where Cassandra was trying to go after killing the Joker, and Barbara didn't want Cassandra to become a killer, and she was like, wait, and then Cassandra sliced it to Barbara and sliced her spine. And I'm just like, oh, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit.
I mean, it's better than what they did with Cassandra and fucking Birds of Prey movie.
That's true, but at the same time, when I saw Barbara, just let the audience already know that she got shot in the fucking spine by the Joker. That's it. That's it. That's it.
Right.
Don't do all
Yeah.
that other don't try to change the shit. And that's the same bullshit. Like I said with my video about the Gotham Knights thing with Batgirl, where they were like, "Oh, Jim Gordon's dead." Now Barbara trains herself in immense training in order to return to the role of Batgirl. Are you fucking kidding me? Look, the Killing Joke happened. The Killing Joke happened. DC, get over it. And any sexist, any females or males, feminists or whatever come up in here talking about it was wrong because she's a woman and stuff like that. Look, first off, dummies, let me break it down to you. Let me break a little bit of something down to you. One, most comic book readers are males. Two, the target audience is mostly fucking males. Three, she's a commissioner's daughter. She was always going to be in danger, regardless if she was Batgirl or not. She was always going to be in danger because she is the commissioner's daughter, a commissioner of the police who turns in criminals. Everyone knows if you have a family member that is in law enforcement, your lives are in jeopardy at some kind of point. It is. It is. No matter who it is. You have to be cautious of who you arrest because they do like to come after your family. That is a given. So it was only a matter of time that Joker would have came to where Gordon stayed at and attacked him. Duh. That was obvious. I mean, it is what it is. It happened. She got shot in the spine. The Joker did some terrible things to everyone. So
Yeah.
what? But guess what? She overcame it and she became Oracle. And her ass need to stay Oracle. I'm sorry. I ain't with Barbara Gordon walking no more. No. Because to me it shows a regression. It doesn't show like y'all, it doesn't show like she overcame something like that. Because you already transitioned her into a character that overcame that and became a better superhero, just not by being Batgirl. She decided to become a superhero who can do tech. She's tech support. I know some people hate it, but she is.
Yeah. And she ain't even got an Indian accent, y'all. Like, that's how you know she's the ultimate tech support.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Finally got Jason, but he has nothing to do with Nightwing. Got Spoiler, Orphan, Arrownet, and more than make cameos, but nothing happens. Apparently, Supergirl hasn't even landed on Earth yet. Yeah, I know. 2003 Teen Titans really didn't go into the character's past. Yeah. Also, we need Wally West in season 4. Hell, they've been mistreating Wally West since the beginning of the damn franchise because they trying to make him like he's the slowest thing ever, and everybody knows that Wally West is faster than everybody. But go on.
Mhm.
That
Mhm.
reminds me, they didn't even touch Jason Todd in season 4, have they? Nope. No Supergirl. Nope. Young Justice after season 1 sounds like middle school fanfic. Yeah. Yep. Something like that. Yeah, Starfire, Raven hasn't showed up. There's a lot of characters that haven't really showed up in really. We haven't seen Ravenger. We haven't seen Soulless. We haven't seen Skitter. We haven't seen Tanya Spears. We haven't seen what's another Darren teen character? We haven't seen Zachary Zantana. We haven't seen Bombshell. We haven't seen Aqua Girl, and I'm talking about the other Aqua Girl. There's another Aqua Girl. We haven't seen Kid Devil. We haven't seen Kid Eternity. What's some more teenage characters? I feel like I'm freaking missing out off right now. Some of them characters that we saw in the Teen Titans when they went around and getting people lost in Minos, Mika, Mints, and that whatever. Them people. God dang it! I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to remember all the characters. Willoughby's, Hotspot, the caveman with the crystal girl that can turn into crystal. We haven't seen her. We haven't seen Omen in the series, so we haven't seen a lot of characters to be honest. At this point, um, in the comics, isn't Beast Boy a happy, silly character? Yeah, and also I can't stand Edge Lord angry Connor. Well, Connor isn't he wasn't supposed to be Edge Lord. He did the thing about Connor is he was a little hypertensive teenager who was trying to get into bed with every woman he can, and then over time he matured. That was the thing. But now they have Connor as this, oh, I'm buff and I'm mad all the time, which that's not true. He's just matured a little bit more. That's all.
Mhm.
Even though I know
Yeah,
some
I
people
mean, which
don't like
fits.
it. I know some people say they don't like it. I know Dylan's friends said that prefer Connor as his friendly 90s self, and I'm just like, yeah, but just like Bart Allen, that could only go for so long before people get aggravated with that
I'm not
hypertension
sure who you mean, Trey. I'm not sure who you're talking about.
negativity.
There you go. Being negative. Just give it the chance. There you go, being negative.
Oh, I have to be a negative every once in a while. Oh god, they do realize that people wanted them to focus on the original cast, but nope, let's focus on characters people forgot about or don't care about. It reminds me of where's Batman in all of this. Shit, who the fuck cares at this point? uh, Wonder Woman ass ain't even showed up. So I mean, like, the only person that done showed up is Superman and Black Lightning and Martian Manhunter.
Ain't
Oh,
that
and
some shit?
Aquaman. Yeah,
Mm.
none of the original Green Lanterns showed up at all. Batman ain't nowhere to be found. Green Arrow ain't nowhere to be found. So who cares? My God, this show's a mess. Yeah, yeah. Honestly, I
No, I
would
have no
have
idea.
been honestly I would have been more happy with getting more screen time with the season 2 team. Hell, th- that's what we thought season 3 was going to be. But no, Dylan had to come back and say, let's make him political.
I didn't do nothing to no damn body.
Oh God, Dylan. So there's some bugs on New Genesis, and one of them is called Forager. And then in season 4, Forager met Forager, and then Forager and Forager, fell in love with each other, and each other Foragers wanted to Forager with Forager. and then female Forager became a Green Lantern. But Forager loves Forager, and Forager loves Foragers too, because Forager and Forager wants to be together, but both Foragers know that they can't be together for a while now, because Forager has to go to the Green Lantern planet Oa, so Forager can learn how to become a Green Lantern while Forager stays on Earth, but promises that Forager and Forager will be together real soon. You understood that, right?
I want everybody, including all of you, to go Forager yourself.
I remember when they did that in the show, and I said, "What the?" So I had to
I
let you
hate it so
experience.
much.
I had to let you experience Forager and Forager.
It was a wild ride, I can tell you that.
And then what made it worse is then they started talking Shakespearean. I said, "Oh fuck."
See, that doesn't work. You can't do that and expect us to take you seriously.
Oh man, Spear. Oh yeah. Spear's name was Spear. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Well, of
Young,
course, why wouldn't it be?
yeah. Young Justice season 3 skipped the Batman Inc., Static, Wonder Girl for Geo Force, and Halo Forger Lane. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. I think Razor only came back because they still have the voice actor on payroll. Yeah, that was it. That was the real reason
That would
why.
make sense.
Why would you focus on Geoforce, Halo, and Forager and Cyborg? Because remember, Cyborg was also a focus along with Beast Boy over Batman Inc., Static, and Wonder Girl. Yeah, yeah. Geoforce and Halo and Forager are damn near Z level characters. To be honest, Disney gonna disrespect the X-Men. Yes, they are. I can't handle one version of Forager. I didn't need a girl version. What? Quintel, you love Forager who loves Forager? Because it's cool to see both Foragers together.
Don't you do it again. It's not what I'm here for, y'all. Try to come and have a good time. This man's over here trying to fill my night full of Forager and shit.
You should do that to your boyfriend. He gonna be like, "What the fuck?" Be like, "So okay, so which Forager are we talking about?" I'm talking about Forager. Yes, I know, but which Forager are we talking about? Forager. Oh fuck! Damn it!
Mhm. Oh god. Like like characters like that are funny on the show, but then it's like when people start like adapting it into real life, that's from just like y'all did too good of a job.
I mean, it was funny. It was definitely funny. It was definitely funny to just see them two interact, and then when they start talking to each other, and they say Forager and Forager ways so many times, and I'm like, wait, hold on, which Forager is referring to which Forager at this time, and are we on the same page with each other? Because I'm kind of like, all right, yeah, right, okay.
Mhm. Mhm.
Anthony, remember, X-Men 97 is going to be modern stuff to it. Yeah, yeah. Apparently, 1997 got to reflect to 2022, even
Well,
though
of course.
it's called 1997. So yeah.
No, you're thinking too
Also,
hard about it still.
where was Tim and Cassie and Bart? Because I fell asleep watching these episodes. Nowhere, hardly in the show, to be honest. Why is Miss Martian used over Wonder Girl? I have no idea. Outsiders with Jamie, Bart, Virgil, and Cassie was a good callback to the Teen Titans run of '03 through 11. However, I dislike them being more background characters in the recent season. I mean, hell, everybody's a background character at this point.
Yeah.
Shoot. Um, yeah, Artemis is based on Earth 2. Yeah, nobody cares. I mean, just they literally said she was literally original character made for the show. We only see Tim and Cassie in one picture during the first arc of season 4, and Wally is being and you mean Bart is being used for Cosmic Treadmill right now. Wonder Girl and Arrownet has been ignored. Yes, they have. They could have just added Arrownet instead of creating their original character. They love overcomplicating shit. I've been telling Dylan that for a long time. Like you be like, God damn, what the fuck? That's their favorite thing to do. Just like when Marvel overcomplicates the suits. Mhm.
Oh yeah, that's the most annoying thing for me when they do the costume and like they think they did some really clever interpretation of it. It's like, no, you just made it look stupid.
And, and then what they love their lines, Dylan. You be like, all right, okay. How many times you gonna put a line in this damn suit?
Like
Everybody got
so
lines.
many. Like they do anything they can to try and cover up the fact that there's very obviously a symbol. It's like it's okay. We know that superheroes wear symbols. You wouldn't put a whole bunch of straps and shit on Superman's chest that just happen to make an S shape because that would be stupid. Like put their symbol on the suit. It's okay.
Right, and look, except for Lucario Verino, we don't need that symbol. Talking about I finally get to finally give Iceman a symbol on his body.
Oh god.
I mean, he's fucking Iceman. Like, I mean, does he really need a damn symbol for people to realize it's Iceman?
Well, obviously yes.
Yeah. We should have had Coriander and Raven and Cyborg and Beast Boy together. Would have been nice.
That would have been good.
They made Wally in Young Justice. They love disrespecting Wally. Yeah, they should have continued to let him use those shields. I mean, he should have once he used those shields after they were used up. It should have unlocked his Kryptonian the rest of his powers at this point. That's what it should have did. Didn't Calderon have a girlfriend? Yeah, Tula in the show, and then Marie in the comic books when he was first introduced. When Calderon was first introduced, the man was straight. He had a girlfriend, and then when Rebirth came, his hair is blonde, and now he's gay. And then before that, it was Dylan's favorite book. You brought me the ocean.
Oh no. No, 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 no. That God. The fact that they make these books is what surprises me. I'm like, y'all really convince yourselves all the way up to getting that printed that this is a story people would want to read. Damn.
Oh yeah, and then Dreamer. Dreamer is getting a graphic novel book, and guess who is written by? Is written by Nia, the actress who actually plays Dreamer in the CW Supergirl show is going to be writing a graphic novel about Dreamer, and I'm just like, can these stories be about fucking superhero stuff instead of bullshit LGBT trans shit? And Nicole, how about you go and get your fucking teeth fixed, bitch? Please, damn. How about do that for me? That's what you can do. Even though I don't mind Dreamer, I think Dreamer is a good character, especially for an original trans character, because it's not like she's throwing her politics in our face or anything. But my God, this is so stupid. It really is dumb. Um, Young Justice season 1 should have been based off of volume 1 if you want to be accurate. Yeah, I really wish they would have. Shoot, we all know Nightwing might as well be by in season 5 at this point. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. They love making all the characters gay anyway, so why not? Why not? Closet gay my ass. These writers need to knock it off with that motherfucking was always meant that in the third is all nothing but lies and deception. I can't stand Connor in season three. Oh,
Well, I mean, y'all know right now it is Pride season, so this is
yeah,
the time when they push even more of that than usual.
and then I'll still complain about we're not represented. Yeah,
It's so annoying. It's like when you have every company, like major company around changing their logo
and
to like
yeah.
something rainbow. Every store you go into has a pride section. Like we're not oppressed. Like we're very obviously popular products if they're able to make money off of us like this.
Oh, and then especially they loved, and then when people say, "Well, I don't really care for it," oh, so you're being homophobe, so you're oppressing LGBT people, and why do you hate trans kids and LGBT teens and stuff like that? And you're just like, I'm going to bed.
I'm like, man, even I get tired of seeing all the rainbow stuff because I'm like, a lot of it doesn't even look good. I'm just like, y'all literally just put a
Yeah.
rainbow on a thing, and I'm supposed to pay like twice as much as it's worth because of that. Like, I'm not doing that, y'all.
And then my thing is, you can't be oppressed when every fucking day, every fucking month, here comes another character, here comes another LGBT thing out the closet or whatever, and you're just like, Jesus Christ.
Yep.
At this point, it's like you can't escape it. You can't
And
escape it.
that's the thing that bothers me about it too. I'm like, it's too much and it's all the time. Like it's year
Yeah.
round. It never really goes away because you'll have those stores that are like, we are dedicated to being allies all year long. That's why we don't just do this during, June or whatever. It's like, all right, well, that's fine if that's what you want to do with your business, but let's not keep pretending like this is some sort of thing that's looked down upon by anybody when businesses are literally choosing to shill this rainbow crap all
Mhm.
year long in different ways. Like
Even if
that's
it
not
loses them
oppression.
even if it loses them some money, as long as they
Yeah.
making some money off of the LGBT community, they for it and whatever. And it's just like it gets aggravating at this point. I know some people gonna be like, "Oh, it's just because you guys hate it." They love being like, "Oh, is it just because you hate LGBT people?" And what are you saying? LGBT people exist. Nobody's not saying that. But y'all ass, no offense, y'all asses can't exist 365 days out the year at this point. No offense. No,
Yeah,
I'm
it's like
sorry.
my whole thing is
You
I'm
can't.
like this it's not always about you. Like I understand that people feel marginalized and maybe, times in the past, yeah, we went through some hard shit, but that doesn't really give us the right to be the main topic of discussion every day of the year. Like
Exactly.
that's too much.
It is, and it's like, and it's just like you're trying to force people to accept it. If somebody don't like it, oh, you have to like it. What are you trying to say? You bigot and you got everybody jumping down your throat, and it's just like, how is
Mhm.
this convincing me to because LGBT people have to deal with it? Because bitch, no offense, y'all are a rarity. Duh. Because most people are fucking straight.
Yep.
You can't get
That's why
mad at that.
it's so disturbing to me when you see like these numbers coming about the younger generation, like Gen Z, that like almost 25% of them say that they identify as some form of LGBT. I'm like, no, like that number is inflated. Like about 20% of that 25% is probably just straight people who are like, well, I felt different one time, and everybody's told me like this is what it means, and it seems really cool to be able to be celebrated just because you wear a rainbow or something. So I want to be that. And it's not going to be until later on in life that they'll realize, like, oh, I was never really into that. It was popular at the time. So I was going with it. Like, it's just going to lead to so many problems for a lot of people.
Yeah, because eventually people are going to get tired. They keep thinking that people don't get tired. I was like, trust me, people get tired.
Yeah.
People get tired. No matter what you're trying to say, people get tired, and at some point you got to let this stuff go. You honestly do. And again, if you want to get money, especially for comic books and stuff like that, a lot of these characters that y'all quote unquote made LGBT are going to have to go back, or you're going to have to be willing to not use them again,
Yeah.
because nobody wants to pick up a character that is predominantly LGBT, especially from a character when you go back in their history and it shows that they were straight and then you made them gay. They'll pick up a character that was already originally gay, but they won't pick up characters who were changed to be gay
Yeah.
because it doesn't make sense. So if you make Batman bisexual next week, okay, you might keep a little bit of people and you might gain some new people, but you're going to get a different perspective of people saying like, no, I refuse, I'm done. Because again, your target audience is, say it with me, class, straight, white, and male. Sorry you don't like it, that is the truth. You can't get mad at that. Most women do not give a damn about comic books. Most people of color do not give a damn about comic books. So to sit up there and beg for people to change it to accommodate people who do care about it, it just makes no logical sense. Because if that's the case, then you should listen to people like me and Dylan who are saying, hey, here are some good changes instead of these dumb changes. What do you two know? What are you guys talking about? You guys don't know anything. You guys are homophobe, racist, and sexist. Go touch grass. Okay.
Oh, I love when I get that one. I love when I
Okay.
get the touch, like you need to touch grass. I'm like, I guarantee I probably spend more time outside on a daily basis than you do.
Right. But okay. If that's the hill you want to die on.
Mm.
Yeah, they made Wally West evil in Heroes in Crisis for no reason. We don't
Yeah, and
do.
then they retconned all of that with the what was
Mhm.
it? Infinite Crisis or whatever the hell, Dark
The
Crisis bullshit,
No,
like the prelude.
the tie-in, it was a tie-in Flash special where they retcon that junkie in there, but even then it was just like whatever. And then that Robin book that we all asked for, and that was a big bullshit of, I'm the first Robin ever before Dick
Oh
Grayson,
yeah.
and I'm female, and I'm just like, yeah, we're gonna keep you in the glass bottle.
And
You
it
know,
ended exactly like I figured it was going to. Like them
yeah.
realizing like, oh, she's also been, mind controlled. I was like, of course. I didn't call that from the very first fucking issue.
Yeah, yeah. Indie is the wave. Yeah, there are some indie books that I have been interested in, but money's tight, and the thing about indie books is a lot of it is not online. No offense, guys who like, I do want to, but at the same time, it's just like she life done hit me. So as much as I want to, I can't do it. That's why I haven't talked about it, because I want to be able to actually read some stuff. Like I will really want to I want to get all of Common America. I don't want to just get just one book. And I'm talking about like with the little free money I had, all I could buy was like one issue of the book. And it's just like, no, fuck that. I want the whole goddamn thing so I can read it, so I can come on here and be like, oh yeah, Common America. I read at least all the way to volume whatever they're on now. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And stuff like that. So that's why it's really hard for me to like not talk about it, because there's like there are some indie books that I do like that I've seen off of the Kickstarters and stuff like that that I want to buy, but it's just like, fuck, I need some money.
Mhm. I
you know
know how it goes. Oh, I know
um,
it.
and it's just like, damn it, these indie books ain't in the stores like I would want. And I'm not talking about indie comic books, like, we're talking about indie people who actually sit up there and use Kickstarter and stuff like that. Those people. Or I know I had like one indie comic from a convention, and I read it and I was like, oh snap, this is awesome and stuff like that. But it's just like, crap, I don't have enough money to buy the rest of the volumes, so I can read the story. So I just was like, I'm just gonna have to die without reading it, I guess. Or just, strip and get some money or something. I don't know. I'm messing. I'm talking bullshit. I'm talking bullshit. Did anyone else feel confused when Artemis said that Nightwing dated both Rocket and Zantana at some point in the series? No. No, I didn't. I wasn't confused by that at all. They literally stated that Dick Grayson has been with every girl on the team except for Artemis and Miss Martian. I mean, it's the truth.
Mhm.
I feel like the people working on Young Justice just does changes to do them, like making Phantom Stranger black instead of making him Jewish. Also, couldn't Young Justice use Spectre instead? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's the thing that people like. They were like, oh, it doesn't really matter. Well, yeah, it does matter because what black do you know?
Yeah. And I mean, you're also going to find those people who are like, well, Jesus wasn't white and all this shit. Okay, yeah, but he wasn't, he wasn't black. Like that, there is
Right,
a distinction to be made. Like
exactly.
he wasn't one or the other.
And you know what's so funny is it's the same thing when people try to like justify, try to like take up for Mark Spector, and I'm just like, yeah, but Mark Spector was a Jew, and
Mm,
yeah, clearly, they were like, well, he can, well, Oscar Isaac can still be Jew. No, the fuck he can't. No, the fuck he can't.
mm,
Stop lying to yourself if you think that I mean, people, anybody can practice Jew, but to be born Jew, no. No, and he was born to be Jew. And on top of that, we never saw him have any kind of Jewish faith at all in Moon Knight. Where, where?
Yeah, like the only
Nowhere.
time that it was noticeable was like that episode, I think like 4. Like we're watching and he's walking out like with the yarmulke when like he's like crying about his mom dying and everything. That was the first time it was shown. And my boyfriend looked at me, he was like, he's Jewish? I was like, yeah, he's supposed to be. This is the
He was
first time you're
always
learning
Jewish.
about it because they didn't know how to do it right.
He was always Jewish, but the problem is he was redheaded too. So and then it
Can't
was one
have
person.
that.
It was one person that was saying, "Well, how come you guys didn't get mad about Matt Murdock, but you get mad about characters like Cyclone or Moon Knight because Matt Murdock is fucking white. He is fucking white. Yes, he has brownish red hair, but Matt Murdock is still a white character. While characters like Cyclone and Phantom Stranger are not or Mark Spector are redheaded characters who you purposely change from white to black. It's weird. That's
Mhm.
not a comparison. It's not a comparison. Talking about, well, if you guys can justify that, yeah, I can. We justify Grant Gustin as being the Flash, and his ass ain't blonde or muscular. What the fuck you talking about?
I
But
know
he
it's
has
really
the same
unfortunate.
race. He is the
Mhm.
same race as as Barry Allen. Because if they had started the Flash out and Barry Allen was black, I would have been like, in whose world?
Mhm.
In whose world? Not mine's. Not mine's. Because the character is not black. Also, what's up with them race, gender, sexuality swapping characters? Like if they're Jewish and red hair, it reminds me of Dump Swap in live action The Boys. What makes the black guy a runner? I don't know. The struggling black woman stereotype apparently. Oh yeah, you talking about Rocket. Yeah. and the deadbeat black dad stereotype. Well, actually the dad was in the boy's life. It's just that they divorced. So so he's not deadbeat. He just was divorced. There's a stereotype of black men that can't swim, and the boys show changed that. Well, that sucks. The DCU universe is the only place where they kept Barbara as Oracle. Yeah. There's a stereotype of black men that
Mhm.
can't swim, and the boys show stuck to that stereotype. Yeah. The Young Justice is a mix of Teen Titans and Young Justice and Outsiders too. Also, I don't think they never ever said their own name, did they? Nope. They call themselves the team. Women are not immune to hardships and tragedy. SJWs ignore this. DC hates Wally West because he's a legacy character that succeeded and surpassed his own mentor, and also he's a Republican, a conservative in the comic books. And Mark Wolfman and George Perez did that. Yeah. They turned Connor into the Hulk in Young Justice season 1. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, and it was weird. Ouch. I can absorb lightning, yeah, but you never had black lightning. I was like, oh my god, Young Justice. No, you didn't make that sex
Yes, you did.
fun. But Arno, corner. And she made the joke, corner.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
But Trey, we are focusing on characters that everyone's favorite A-listers like Geoforce, Halo, Forger, and Terra. Yeah, bro,
Well, of
what?
course.
Self-cast. Laugh my ass off. It's like the MCU female Loki and the male Loki with self incest. Yes, yes, yeah. Trey's drunk. Wait, what? I'm not drunk. Oh God, no. You guys are talking about when I was saying the Forager stuff. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah. You're having way too much fun with that.
Oh
That's
yeah,
why they were so concerned.
yeah. Forager doesn't appreciate the one that's called Dylan Raging Rainbow said to Forager. But Forager much appreciated that Forager was able to talk to Dylan. Forager is happy that Forager got to know Dylan.
I hate all of you. I hate all of you.
That is literally how Forager talks. Oh God, no offense, Dylan. If there was a copy of yourself, would you have sex with yourself if you had the chance to? Oh, gross.
I mean, I feel like I would try to, but I feel like I would not be up for it. So, if that makes any sense, there's your answer.
Exactly, because Forager doesn't do Forager. Because Forager knows that it's weird that Forager would do what Forager won't do.
Y'all see what y'all caused? Y'all see what I'm dealing with, and this is what y'all caused. Just so y'all know.
I'm sorry, I couldn't help it. Wonder what Marvel and DC finna do for Pride this year. Everything.
The most.
Everything. And the most. Okay, how is Bart not fucking up the timeline? He's an anomaly. That's why. He needs to leave his own time. Yeah. It reminds me of Adult Swim show called Three Busty Debris. I don't know. I was thinking about three busty. You know what? Nope, I'm not gonna finish it. Not gonna finish it.
I think that's probably for the best.
Marvel and DC obsession with over complicated redesigns and just storytelling in general too. Oh, did you see my retweet when I had was like because they talked to what's that Darren boy name? Colton Haynes about him leaving the show because he was like, I left the show because I didn't feel comfortable with someone and I was just depressed and I was like, oh boo-hoo, cry me a river.
They always do this stuff where it's like all of a sudden, no, I was being victimized. Somebody was making me uncomfortable. It's like, what? And when it always comes down to, I promise you, it's always just somebody who is giving another person, like, they looked at them and they felt like they looked at them too often or too long. And
Yeah,
they're like, I'm being harassed. It's like, no, you're not. You're being paranoid.
right. And you depressed from what? Depressed from what? Depressed from what?
With all that money, yeah, I'm sure you're super sad.
Right. You gay and you had a husband
Mhm.
at the time. So I'm confused. What was you depressed about?
And I used to like him so much. I really did. But
Your man,
as soon as
your
that
man,
happened,
your man wasn't tapping that ass more or something like. I'm confused. Like what's going on?
where was the problem in there for you? What was making you so sad?
well, 6 months of knowing somebody and then getting engaged to get married and then get married before his mom died. Yeah, I would say tally ho, good fellow.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just like it. You should have known. Like you really should have known
Yeah.
beforehand that that was how that was going to end.
And then you hyped for the new Thor? Hell no, I ain't hyped for the damn new Thor.
No, not really.
I would still like to go back in time and make Sylph the actual identity of Lady Thor. She would be still called Sylph and maybe get her new weapon. Yeah, the hypocrisy. Trey, you don't understand that they're trying to reflect real life. Everyone is either gay or bisexual. Straight people don't exist. How can you not understand that? Just like this, I don't understand it. Just like this, I don't understand it. Most of other countries think that the US is mostly LGBT or minorities. Yeah. But Trey, they were gay coded. Well, it's like Dick Grayson having a sister that no one asked for. Um Roland Dodge said, Trey Dillon, why do you think comics suck at digital?
Well, there are a few reasons.
Well, you got one of your answers is you got what's that darn thing called? Webtoons.
Yeah.
And they're doing such a good job with Batman Wayne Family Adventures, and everybody, and there were some people on Twitter was like, we let you guys have your fun. You guys need to let us have our fun with these comics. I was like, shit, y'all have the damn comics too. What the fuck you talking about? But the reason why, because they were mad that people don't like the Wayne Family Adventures, who are comic book fans. They were like, we don't understand why a lot of comic book fans don't like it, because it's a slap in the face to us. Like that, this is not what the fucking characters do. It's
Yeah.
not funny. It's not cute. It's an insult. And the only reason why you guys are reading this shit is because the shit is free. But I
Yeah.
bet you if they put this shit on payment or something like that, ain't nobody reading it.
And that's kind of the problem that they've been having with their digital comics is like they have such a wide range of like older and newer comics that are available like through their digital apps and everything, but the apps don't work all that well. They
Mhm.
aren't all that optimized. Like they don't really live up to the value you're paying for them. And it's not a whole lot that you pay for them. I've had, both DC Infinite and what is it, Marvel Unlimited. I've had both of them like at varying times. But it's like it's for some reason they don't play it up enough the value that you're getting by doing it, so people just inevitably go to pirating it, which is
Mhm.
pretty surprising considering the world we live in. Like people are used to paying for subscriptions, whether it's Hulu, Netflix, like Amazon Prime. People are used to needing a subscription for something, so for people to not want to pay it for these comics, like you really have to stop and wonder, like, why? Because they can read an unlimited amount of comics for the price of about two modern comics. Like
Yeah.
that's a pretty good price. Like to read all you want that they have, more than you would probably be able to read in any reasonable amount of time. So
And then a
why
lot
they're
of
not pushing that better, I don't understand.
and then a lot of things is that a lot of the modern comic books suck.
Mm,
And you have the media telling people that no, you have to like it. And most people are saying, okay, well, we looked at it and it sucks.
yeah,
You know, I mean, it does. It sucks. It really does suck. And then yet they want you to drop money on it. And sometimes even with digital, they also want you to pay the price of a new comic book. I'd be damn
mm,
if I pay $5 for digital bullshit. You don't lost your mind. You don't lost your mind. And it's the same price as a actual physical copy. That doesn't even make any sense. Y'all make that make sense. Why is the digital and the physical copy the same price?
mm, mm.
It don't make sense. It just don't. You know. I think people enjoy animal comics more nowadays. Probably Remember, these comic book pros and media heads always project their bigotry upon us because they're unprofessional victims. Yeah, Matt Murdock is a blind, redheaded white man with possible Irish immigrant background on his father's side. Since his last name is Murdoch, he's already diverse enough. Yeah, and it's weird when they take a character that's white that has a name that means something, and then they change him to another race where you're just like, it doesn't work for that race because they wouldn't have that culture.
Yeah.
Morons. What I forgot what that character what character did they change? And everybody was like, it doesn't make any sense because his last name literally is very meaningful. It's a very European name. I forgot what that darn character was that everybody was talking about, but they were like, no, we need diversity and inclusion, and it's just like, okay, whatever.
Hmm.
I can't not
I can't
remember the
remember
character.
what character was.
I can't remember the character, but the last name was just kind of like, for real, we really
Hmm.
doing this right now. um Marvel's doing a Pride Month story for Iceman. Yeah, Leslie Williams Livewire likes it black. Ooh, blue win corner. um, isn't Livewire a minor in Young Justice? Yeah, she is. What's worse to do to characters? Ignore characters, turning them LGBT, killing them off, making them act out of character, making them good or evil out of nowhere. These are some tough choices. These are some tough choices. But I think turning them LGBT is probably the worst thing you can do to them because you need one. you you I mean we get it 365 days out the year. Do we really need this? Do we really need it? If you turn the characters LGBT, what does it do? It don't do nothing for nobody. All it does is
Yeah.
what? Make people reject.
Yeah, like there's no amount of drama or intrigue in it. Like they just need to stop. It's not a surprise anymore. It's not a reveal. It's just okay, you did it again. And
Oops, I did it again. That's basically what they did. That's basically what they're doing. And then they think that they're doing something too, talking about this is the first ever, and then they trying to make sure they can get a story so they can be like, we're the first one to do this. And you're just like, no, you're not. I've always done this.
Mhm.
Let's see. Depression is always being the excuse too. Hell, I'm depressed too. You know. Did you see the new Justice League? Sorry, came in late. Wait, what's happening? What new Justice League? Is there a new show or something like that? Because we're not talking about movies, is we? Because I already seen the Zack Snyder movie, and I've seen every Justice League show, so I'm kind of confused. Is there a new Justice League movie that I don't know about?
Well, isn't it the new one that's in the comics after the whole death of the Justice League thing?
Oh,
Mm.
oh yeah, the new Justice League spoiler pictures that's on the little thing, and I'm just like, ugh. Yeah, I seen the team. I definitely seen the team, and I was not pleased at all.
Mhm.
Like, nope. Matter of fact, let me pull it up because they did the one thing. They did one of the things, Dylan, that I told you they should never do to a character, and they did it anyway. And they know damn well that this ain't gonna sell well with nobody. With this, if this character had a solo book, the
Mm.
new Justice League, John Kent, Gay Aqualad, Damian Wayne Robin, bitch ass villain who likes to kill children who really shouldn't be there, Harley Quinn, Dr. Light, Blue Beetle, Supergirl with motherfucking pants, Frankenstein, Killer Frost, Booster Gold, and Blue Beetle. And there go Blue Beetle number 3 and Blue Beetle number 2. Here's a new Justice League.
Like it just looks so bad.
people do think that Colton do have issues with Stefan, but it ain't true. Them darn fools be up in each other's pages all the time, and they take pictures with each other, hugging and squeezing and stuff like that. And you ain't about to sit up here and all of a sudden try to pull a CW Flash where everybody turned against Hartley Sawyer and was like, "Yeah, I just can't believe it. He was such a bad person. Since when, bitch? Since when, bitch?" You didn't know anything until what until the allegations came out, and then all of a sudden he's this terrible person.
Ain't that always the way it goes, though?
Mm-mm. So what do we think?
I mean, it ain't my Justice League. I'll tell you that right now.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that Supergirl costume is fucking terrible. Oh god, it is atrocious. Like it didn't it look, Supergirl with pants don't work. Stop trying to make it work. It does not work. Don't nobody wants it.
I think I give it like about 3 months before they become like Justice League Junior or something,
Yeah.
and they bring back the originals.
And then on top of that, we probably gonna push half this team out the way because we got to make way for Justice League Queer.
Oh god, I forgot about that too.
Yes, the Shonen Jump app is great and it is cheaper. And Comicology, I'm sorry if any of you guys got Comicology. I am so sorry for you because they are making it very hard. They are
I
making
used
it
to
hard.
have it. I had it since the service like first began, like before it even merged with Amazon. Like that's how long I've had a Comixology account. But yeah, when they did this whole like update to it and it became basically just fundamentally broken, that was when I was finally just like, all right, yeah, I'm out. I couldn't fucking deal with it, and I wasn't gonna try. I was like, I'd rather pirate this shit.
um 1610 said, "Why is Damian Brown in the Batman webtoon comics? I get that he's biracial because Tanya and Ra's al Ghul meet Middle Eastern, but Damian takes his trait after Batman, and he's always looked white because diversity and inclusion."
Yeah, pretty much.
Like diversity and inclusion. That is really it. Not our Justice League. It's official. Foxkin is a villain. Way to disrespect the original Justice League. Oh, Dylan. So before we finish wrapping thingies up, did
Hmm.
you hear about the whole Star Wars bullshit? What do you think? I mean, I already know it's bullshit.
With the what?
With the whole, oh, Star Wars fans are being racist towards the actress Ingram Moses because black people shouldn't be in
Uh,
Star Wars, even though black people have been, and she just terrible in it. That's all.
Yeah, like that's the thing. Like they always want to default to that, but it's like no, like you're taking on an actor that people have not enjoyed in anything that they've done, and they're letting you know that, like, based off of a track record, or sometimes even the lack of one, but most of the time based off of a track record, it's like people have realized this is not an actor or an actress that I enjoy. So I don't want to see them in this because I know it's not going to be something that I like. And then when that actually happens, they still want to like double down and be like, no, it's just because you're racist. It's like, no, we told you from the beginning we weren't going to like this person. You
Yeah.
you kept going with it, and then you got what you deserved. Like, why are you surprised?
Right. And then they want to try to, we stand with Moses Ingram and we're going to stand up to racism. And everybody was like, okay, what about Gina Carano? What about John Boyega? What about Kelly
Mm,
Marie Tran? What about not wishing James Earl Jones happy birthday? I mean, if
yeah,
you really want to get technical with how much you know, we hate black folks, why do people list all these things? What happened to when Zoe Zandala was getting attacked by everyone? What happened to when Rosaria Dawson was getting canceled and stuff like that? Where those interviews at defending them? Exactly. That's what I thought. Fake ass diversity people.
Mhm. It's just stupid.
I mean, and then I heard the show broke so much lore. Everybody was just like, "This is so stupid."
Mhm.
I was
I
like,
heard
"I'm
about
quite
that too.
sure it is. I'm quite sure it is." Once he left Tatooine to go and protect Princess Leia, which they shouldn't even know who he was, but okay, whatever, sure. And then him fighting Vader for a little bit, and I'm just like, okay, sure. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't. I really don't know what it was supposed to. What it's supposed to be. Wonder Woman with pants don't look good either. Yeah, that's true.
yeah.
That's definitely true. Boy, when anytime they put Wonder Woman pants, you just like, oh god,
Mhm. Mhm.
like, it's horrible. Hell, and you already know how I feel about the movie costume. I'm sick of it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
we know. Oh,
yeah,
we've heard you talk about that costume.
I'm ready for it to go in the trash can.
Oh, I
I
know.
honestly
I
am.
know.
I
Mhm.
honestly am. Only because if, like I said, if Batman and Superman got to go back to classic, she got to go back to classic. Fair is fair.
Mm.
Fair is fair. And of course, Dylan, they love going around telling people, like, because now the news is like, oh, we can't believe that Star Wars fans are so racist.
Mm.
I'm like, okay,
Of course.
okay. Because
Mhm.
apparently us minority folks don't have our own voices and our own thoughts and opinion, and a lot of us don't agree. Just like it was this one girl, she was trying to tell me about Splash Mountain. Splash Mountain is a great big deal because not only has stories from our ancestor, but um you know it's been a classic ride for a long time, and they're retheming it to the Princess Tiana ride. And I told one person, I just made a comment, and then the person was trying to be like, well, I'm for one is glad that they're getting rid of such racism and bad history, and for something that's good and feeling. And I'm just like, bitch, do you even know who the hell you damn talking to? Because everybody for some reason always trying to assume that I'm not black. So it's just like,
Hmm.
first off, no one asks for them to remove Splash Mountain. Splash Mountain is literally the last piece of old classic stuff that we have with history, because they don't want to print out any of any of this Song of the South stuff. So that's already out the door. Then you're gonna get rid of a ride that actually has a lot of those characters from it to lease out. But let's be honest, they're not gonna do anything with them. And then all of it's gonna be printed out to something else, just to push Princess Tiana. And it's just like, don't get me wrong, again, I like Princess Tiana, but I don't know if she was deserving of getting rid of Splash Mountain. Yeah, let's put the black stuff over here where the black stuff was before. I don't
That's how
know.
you do it. That's how
Yeah.
you reclaim it for the people.
Yeah. Disney won't do anything else with Tiana, but they'll give her a ride pretty much, and then a claim
Yeah.
like, we need to race swap classic white characters to black because we don't have enough representation and stuff like that. I mean, like I said, the failures of Disney Princess and the Frog was literally them having Tiana as a frog for most of the damn movie. That didn't make no damn
Yeah.
sense. It
Yeah,
really,
that is disappointing, quite honestly.
but it is what it is with that kind of stuff. Oh yeah, I agree on your take about Orlando Brown and how it's unfair how they treated him in the Proud Family reboot. Yeah, it is unfair because he cleaned himself up, he got saved, he has a wife and a family, and he could have easily recorded his lines from wherever he was at and sent them over. You know,
Hmm.
it's
Good
not
for
that.
him, then.
But of course, he's a guy. He's not allowed to be given chances after, you know, I don't know. I don't know. Yes, the
I
prince.
mean,
The prince should have been the only frog. Yeah, he should have been. Like I said, and because think about it, like she's the only Disney princess that really went through a transformation. And I'm talking about all the way, like early on in the movie, she went through a transformation before she got back Ruskin. So, yep. Disney really loves their enemies, but they refuse to acknowledge their faults. Of course. Also, the Princess and the Frog had to compete against Avatar. No, I don't think they did because Avatar
What?
because Avatar came out in 2009, I believe.
I honestly don't remember.
Yeah, I don't know. Hold on, now I gotta goddamn look at it. Shit. Give me a second. Give me a second. Avatar. 2009 for Avatar
Okay.
and
Dude.
Princess and the Frog. Oh, well, what the fuck you know? Princess came out in 2009. And this how see Princess and the Frog came out December the 11th. Wait, so then when Avatar came out? Hold on, hold the hell on now, cause see, I didn't know that one. I didn't know that because I seen both of the movies. This is why I'm kind of confused. December the 18th, 2009. Lord have mercy. Yeah, shit, that movie had no chance. Trey, you caught up with Strange Things yet? No, I have not. And Dylan, did you see the Book of the Queer? Wait, what?
The hell is that?
I don't know. I don't know. Oh shit. I don't know. It sounds crazy as hell, to be honest.
I have not heard about whatever that is, but perhaps I will. Well, I can try it. I'll just look it up and I'll see what it is.
Hmm. Oh, and by the way, guys, Percy Jackson and the Olympians done start production today for the Disney XD, the Disney Plus show. I just saw an ad for it. You just saw an ad for it? Mm-mm-mm. The Book of the Queer.
Oh god. I think I have heard about this, but yeah, I haven't actually watched like the preview trailer or anything cuz like I saw the name and I was just like that already sounds goofy as shit. I'll look at this later cuz oh god, I don't even want to know.
But how do you feel about? Excuse me. How do you feel about Q Force?
Oh god, that fucking series. I mean, you'll notice that ever since like literally ever since the trailer dropped, they haven't talked about it because even the trailer got ratioed so hard.
I mean, and you know, what's so funny is Q Force is what they want the world to be like, though.
Not for me. No thanks for me.
Mm-mm-mm-mm. Yeah, that was something wild, wasn't it, Dylan? Mm-mm. I was
I'm not having it.
like, Dylan was like, I rebuke it in the name of Jesus.
Mhm. 100%.
Yeah, yeah, it was crazy. And I think Hayden Christensen and Henry Cavill have the best take about fans, as people should learn from them instead of trying to antagonize the fans. Like, damn,
Yeah.
it's crazy. Guys, hold up. Just came up with a new character, Nigris Ex Machina. Corner, Arno. Corner.
And on that note, we
We're,
will
yeah, we're done. We're done. We're done.
I mean,
We're
yeah,
done.
there's nowhere we can go after that one.
Yeah, we're done, guys. It was a pleasure as always. remember, we are going to be here next week. It's probably going to be a little bit later because life happens. I'm just letting you know. I'm letting you know too, Dylan. It's probably going to be late and
That's all
stuff like
good.
that. Um, her Vilma's going to be race swapped again. Yeah, she is into South Asian Pacific Islander and stuff like that. But yes, it's gonna be late to next week, but we will be here. We are going to commit to everyone, and we had fun reading and listening and talking in Big Blue House. If you guys get that reference, you
I
know
was gonna say that's a deep cut, but I like it.
it. Now, Dylan, send us out.
Right. Damn it. I finished my drink. Pretend that there's something in this, and we will say thank you to everybody for showing up and being with us in the chat. We love to see that the chat is growing more and more every week. So pretty cool having all of you guys here to just sit and talk with us about whatever we end up rambling about. So cheers,
Exactly.
everybody, and we will see y'all
Cheers,
next week.
everyone, and we'll catch you guys later.